Hello guys, this is not your regular type of cake. Yes, this is my Garri or Eba or Cassava Flakes cake. Yes, I was strict. I was kind of asked to make this cake by one of my subscribers because recently I've been making different types of cake like palm oil cake, beans cake, granite cake, or peanut cake, and all that. So I was asked to try out this cake as well. So I made it and I'm here to share the recipe with all of you guys. So first I had to blend the Garri. After blending the Garri or cassava flakes, then I went ahead and measured out 45 grams of the blended Garri and I started sifting it. Okay, so I had to sift this Garri. After sifting the Garri, I added 30 grams of all-purpose flour into the Garri. So you can also use cake flour if you want. Now, after sifting in the all-purpose flour, I added my sugar. So to that I added 40 grams of sugar and I also added vegetable oil. I added 30 grams of vegetable oil and 20 grams of margarine. So if you also have butter, you can use butter to replace this margarine. It also will work out fine. Now the next thing I did was to separate the albumin or the egg white from the egg yolk of 65-gram whole egg. And once that was done, I had to keep the egg white aside and then transfer the egg yolk into the mixture I was making earlier. Then to that I added 1 teaspoon of my flavor. I use my combo flavor. You can use vanilla flavor, butterscotch, or any flavor of your choice. This I added 1/2 or half teaspoon of white vinegar. Then I went ahead and started mixing and creaming this Garri mixture. One thing you should know here is that at first the Garri will start clumping together, like it's not going to be easier for you to cream it. Yes, because of the addition of moisture, and you know how Garri does when you add moisture. So you need to cream it thoroughly so that you break down all the granules in the Garri so that you make it as light as possible. Okay, that way is going to work out fine. Then the next thing I added was 40 grams of liquid milk and I kept on mixing. I mixed this thoroughly. If you're using a electric hand mixer, it will be perfect, or any mixer or stand mixer, it will be perfect. So it is, since I'm using hand, I had to mix it thoroughly, like thoroughly. And I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and once that was done I kept that aside and then I started beating the egg white or whipping the egg white. And as I whipped this egg white, I added 1/8 teaspoon of cream of tartar to help this egg white to whip to a perfect stiff peak. As well, this cream of tartar will help to fluff up the cake and give it a good yield. Once my egg white was perfectly whipped to stiff peak, I transferred it into the batter I made earlier and then folded in the whipped egg white into the batter. Next, I had to grease my 5 inches round pan, then line the bottom of the pan with a baking paper and transfer this batter into the pan, then tap the base of the pan on my work surface, transfer into the oven and baked. You guys, so I baked this in my preheated oven at 150 degrees for 45 minutes. A skewer inserted into the center of the cake must come out clean. Then I turned out the cake on the cooling rack to cool down completely. And once the cake was completely cooled, I had to wrap it up for up to an hour to keep it moist, so that by the time you start slicing this cake, you're going to love the outcome of the cake. Ah, ah, ah. Yeah, I enjoyed the taste of this cake. Like, when you try this cake, believe me, you're going to also enjoy it as well. So for those people that might be asking, okay, how will the cake taste and all that, you need to try this cake, then taste it, and I know you're going to love the outcome of the cake. So I would like you to try this recipe and let me know in the comment section how it turned out for you. Don't be wasting your Garri drink, sipping it or using it to make eba. Try this Garri or eba cake. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.